Each week on Culinary Confidential, Christina Cates, a seasoned foodie who has worked at some of New York City's top restaurants, will share her passion for the culinary world. Whether you're a professional chef, a restaurant enthusiast, or a lover of good food, Christina dives into the heart of hospitality, exploring the trends, triumphs, and challenges facing the food service profession. And you won't want to miss her chats with some of the most interesting and influential industry voices. And now, please take your seat at the table as Culinary Confidential with Christina Cates starts now, exclusively on AM 970, The Answer.
Welcome to Culinary Confidential with Christina Cates. This show is produced in association with my dear friend, Lucas A. Ferrara. I'm celebrating the kickoff of Season 2 of Culinary Confidential by bringing onto the show the best bar in the world. Handshake Speakeasy out of Mexico City was indeed voted the best bar in the world in 2024, in addition to best bar in North America. You see, I only bring the best of the best for my listeners. Not only is this an incredible accomplishment, but they are also making history as the first bar from Mexico to win this top global ranking. Handshake Speakeasy is an award-winning and world-renowned speakeasy-style cocktail bar located in Colonia Juarez, Mexico City. The access is discreet, as it's hidden behind an unmarked door at Calle Amberes 65. You need to find the hidden door marked simply with a number 13 on it, and the bar lies behind it. Handshake Speakeasy is designed with an Art Deco aesthetic and features sexy black marble, velvet curtains, and brass accents. The room is set with lighting that evokes the glamour and intrigue of the 1920s speakeasy prohibition era. The bar is intimate, with just 32 seats, and you only get 90 minutes from start to finish to enjoy the experience. This adds to the exclusivity and mystery of it all. The bar is founded by Eric Van Beek, Rodrigo Urraca, and Marcos de Batista. Rodrigo is joining the show tonight, along with head bartender Javier Rodriguez. Handshake Speakeasy is currently collaborating with 1800 Tequila for an Obsessed with Taste campaign. I'm also a tequila fan, so this feels like the perfect topic for me tonight. Now, just to pivot for a minute, something new I'll be doing for Season 2 is featuring an ingredient of the week. So every week, I'll tell you the ingredient and give you the flavor profile of it and some recipes to use it in. I hope to help you try something new in the kitchen. So I thought for tonight it would be special to feature an ingredient native to Mexico to go hand in hand, if you will, with my featured guests. The ingredient is called epazote. It is a pungent and aromatic herb that is native to Mexico and used in traditional recipes. It has elongated, dark green leaves with serrated, pointy edges. It's giving earthy and a slightly medicinal profile with notes of oregano, mint, and anise. People famously add it to bean dishes because it helps by reducing the after effects, if you know what I mean. But it can be used a lot of ways. To use it, you can try adding a few leaves to black beans while cooking for a more authentic flavor. You can chop it finely and sprinkle it onto quesadillas. You can simmer it with mole sauces for an herbal layer, which adds complexity. Or you can just simply use it as a garnish for soups like, tortilla soup, for example. But where to buy it? You should try a traditional Mexican grocery market. There's one in New York City called Zaragoza and is located at 215 Avenue A. They should have it. Now, let me please welcome to the show Rodrigo Urraca and Javier Rodriguez of Handshake Speakeasy, a.k.a. the world's best bar, to the show. Guys, I'm so excited to have you on the show with me tonight. This is so special.
No, thank you very much. It's an honor for us to be here. When they come with the idea, it was great for us. So finally, we're here.
Yeah, we're making it happen. Okay, I do want to start the show talking about just your personal background and life in Mexico City, because honestly, I've never been. And I've heard so many amazing things about how great Mexico City is from a culinary standpoint. So can you tell me a little bit, Rodrigo and Javier, both of you, please, about your background and what drew you both to the excitement of the beverage industry?
Do you want to start, Javier, or should I start?
Well, I can do it for sure.
Okay, Javier.
So first of all, thank you so much for having us, Christina. Such a pleasure to be here with you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Hopefully you're going to visit Mexico City soon. So you're going to be more around here, and you can see by the first-hand like how it's to live in Mexico City and seeing around the industry. And well, personally for me, like I started working in a bar just vacation period from my university. I was studying biology, but then I discovered this industry world.
Wow.
Being
Biology to
yeah, I
beverage. What a pivot.
know. Yeah, right. I used to be like just hiding in a laboratory and then just exposed in a bar for like I don't know a lot of people. And for me, as Rachel, like I started like serving a high volume bar and a rock bar as well. And for me, it was more about like the hospitality, like how you can make people feel with service, with hospitality, with a drink, and all the stuff. So I start in this period serving this bar, and in some point, like after like 2 months, I was like just amazed about the bartenders, and I started just studying it a little bit and being to that world. Then I started working in a high volume bar when I start actually as a bartender, like kind of 6 years ago. And yeah, in this bar, it was pretty famous bar here in the city. It was a super high volume bar, and a lot of industry used to go to this bar. And then I just discovered like all these kind of things about like cocktails, people, energy, atmosphere.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
the
like just
industry. It sucks
yeah,
you
it was
in.
a vacation period, and then I stay here.
And you found a great place to call home, let me tell you. The best bar in the world, Handshake Speakeasy. Lucky you. Rodrigo, what about you? How did you get into this world?
It's really fun because I used to work in a different industry. I used to be a news reporter for TV Azteca. So I was there for 5 years, at least. So it was really funny. My life used to be really different. And
I would
then
imagine.
one day I got heartbroken and I need to change my way of life. And I started working on Red Bull.
Red Bull,
Yeah.
like the energy
So-
drink.
Energy drink, exactly. The
Interesting.
blue one, the red one. Yeah, I love that brand because they show me everything I know, how to behave, how to communicate, because they have a huge, like a scholar way to teach you and to understand the way of working of the industry. So in that moment, I get in love with the industry, and later on I become a brand ambassador from a different spirit. And little by little, I go start getting inside of the industry, and then one of my clients invite me to build Handshake, and that's a long short story about me.
So I did mention you have the two other partners in the intro. Do each of you like have a specific role within Handshake? Like who's in charge of what?
Yeah, we have Marcos Di Batista, who is the guy who make always the admin. Then we have an investor, who is Joseph. And then we have Eric Van Beek, who is our manager of the bar.
Oh, so he's
So-
like hands-on in the bar every day.
Yeah, and I'm the PR of the bar.
Wow, you all have a special role, and you're all doing it really well, obviously. 2024 World's Best Bar. When are they going to announce for 2025 the World's Best Bar?
It will come October date. They will have the new announcement. So let's cross the
Fingers crossed. We're pulling for you. I feel it in my bones. You're going to come through one more time. All right, so Mexico
you.
City. Like I said, I've never been. What is it like living there, working there as a hospitality professional?
I mean, that's a really good question, and at the same time, like you have two totally different like point of views. For me, as starting as a waiter and then a bartender and manager, and right now like a head bartender in a cocktail bar, and like coming from different style of bars, like a rock bar, high volume bar, and right now like a cocktail bar, speakeasy. I can see that right now the industry during these years is evolving a lot. So it's kind of easier for us as a bartenders, getting a little bit more recognition about what actually we do, because
Yeah.
I always explain this part like as the chefs, like back in the days, like being working as a chef or in the kitchen. It wasn't that I don't know, like that well recognized and respect. To be honest, it was like
Right.
you're just there because you don't found like something maybe better to do or something like that. And then right now, like the chefs are like superstars of the industry. And by first hand, I just noticed, and I've been part of this evolution of this bartending industry. So yeah, I can tell that maybe 9 years ago that I was starting in this industry, it was totally different. It was a little bit rough, a little bit more difficult, talking about like companies as well, and industry by itself, because as well, like the hospitality with the tension with the guest, it was as well like a little bit difficult sometimes. And because a lot of people, to be honest, didn't respect like the bartender, the guy that is just throwing alcohol to the guest. And step by step, we're changing this a lot. And right now, like a lot of cocktail bars, a lot of high volume bars has a different energy, and as well like different perception. There's a totally different perception from the whole public for like to the bartenders that right now is more well recognized. It's like you study more. They know right now that to be behind the bar, we study a lot of things. We have a different knowledge, and we practice a lot, and we improve a lot of things, and that becomes with a higher value, like day by day.
Well, you're probably a local celebrity of sorts now. I mean, everyone in the world knows Handshake Speakeasy. So when Javier Rodriguez is walking down the street, people know you're part of something really incredible.
Yeah, well, that's that happens sometimes, really weird sometimes. But yeah, I mean, for us and for me especially, it's like more about like being like a fixed point or reference, talking about like that if you focus in something, like you can just improve a lot.
Yeah.
Because as well, like bartenders back in the days, there was like just like a rock stars, right? That yeah, it's like living the life, living the dream, and it's just like a party. It's not like an actually professional job. And then if you try to focus and be professional and do it like properly, just like any other job, then you start improving, and there's a lot of doors that's getting open and opportunities, just like this one right now. Like it's well recognized, and you start doing something that you couldn't imagine like years ago.
Right. And what you focus on expands. So I want to know, for the both of you, how did it feel to be named Best Bar in the World in 2024? I mean, that I can't even imagine those emotions that must have came over you. There were probably lots of tears, right? But like when you found out, what was that like?
Well, for me, it was a little bit crazy. Javier, unfortunately, wasn't there because someone has to run the bar. So
That's
Javier
right.
was the chosen one, so I'm sorry, Javi. But it was great. It's a lot of feelings because it's a lot of work behind, and it's not only your work, it's a teamwork. So when people always ask me about the successful of Handshake, it's the team. That's the secret behind. When you accomplish the mission, it's super great, super crazy, a lot of energy. So you want to cry, you want to shout, you want to
celebrate,
become a dinosaur in that moment. So
yeah,
it's so crazy in that moment. But as I always say to the guys, that great award, that great achievement comes with a great responsibility. As Uncle Bell of Spider-Man says, great power comes with a great responsibility.
That's right.
So now you have to be the example for everyone. So guys, as I always tell you, you need to be always professional. You cannot post any video that you are looking bad or that you are drunk. You have to save your image, because now it's not only about your name. It's not only about the Handshake Bar. It's about Mexico, because you are brand ambassadors for your name, for the brand Handshake, and for the brand Mexico. So it's a huge responsibility. And sometimes also when people arrive to the bar, they come with huge expectations. And, you know, I don't know which are your expectations, Javier expectations. So accomplishing that mission sometimes is a little bit hard. And every one of us can have a bad day. So maybe Javier that day was feeling bad or was not a good day for him, and he make a mistake, and people won't accept that you make a mistake. So
yeah,
it's a great thing, but also comes with a great responsibility.
It's a lot of pressure now. Now, let me ask you, the name Handshake Speakeasy, where did that come from?
I used to be a brand ambassador for a different brand from a different spirit. And in that moment, I invite my best client to the award ceremony of 50 Best. And this guy is Marcos Di Batista, my business partner right now. And he told me, Rodri, how it will feel to win an award like this. I say, guy, what do you mean? I have no idea. I'm a brand ambassador. I'm not a businessman. Rodri, and if we build a bar with which money, guy? I have no money. Look, butterflies outside of my pockets. I say, no, bro. I want your talent. I want that you come inside of the business. You don't have to put any money. I will get the investor. I just need a part of public relation from you. I will manage the bar, and things will happen. Okay? So in that moment, we make a handshake. And
there it is.
The name is Handshake because we don't have any contract behind. It's I trust on your word, you trust on my word. So it's like the old times.
Oh, I love that. See, this is why you deserve this award more than anybody. You're good people. Now, when you had the original vision behind Handshake, did it differ at all over the years since its inception? Has it changed or evolved?
I think it has changed a lot. But when we started, it was in a different area. We got inspired by Hanky Panky, Lehman Tour, 50 Mills, those great bars that have taken the name of Mexico always to the top. So we want to put a bar over there. But the thing is that at the beginning, we don't have any soul. We don't know where we're going. So we opened Handshake in a different spot, different partners. And the thing doesn't go really well in that moment. Then pandemic arrives and we have to close that spot. So we start rebuilding everything, the partnership, the bar, and everything in a different location. And then Eric arrives over there, and he has a different point of view, a different vision, because this guy is Dutch, so he's more European. Yeah, and it was hard at the beginning, maybe, to understand the way of because one is Argentinian, the other one is Mexican, the other one is Dutch. It's a great mix.
It is a good mix. So, it's a successful mix, right? Now, before we head to commercial break, I want to talk a little bit about the cocktail philosophy at the bar. What is that like?
Javiercito, that's for you.
Yeah, that's totally on me. So, as Rodrigo explained it already, the first handshake doesn't have like this kind of core or essence or personality. And then when they invite like Eric Van Beek to be part of the project and put all his vision about like cocktails and the cocktail program to the bar, it was a huge contrast because, well, he is a Dutch guy that used to live as well a lot of time in the States and traveling a lot around the world. He already experimented a lot of industries, a lot of elements, a lot of
techniques,
ideas, flavors, techniques as well. And he put all these things and he combined everything and adapting it to the Mexican industry as well, which is like, it was as well challenging. So for him, like one of the main ideas was to show us this balance between like giving a good cocktail, like super like detailed cocktail and balance, but at the same time giving this kind of little surprise, just trying to remind you the childhood, you know, when you just jump in water and you get a different pattern of spill and all stuff. So he was like, when you're a child and you try something and you do something, like you get like surprised because it's kind of new. But at the same time, when you grow up, you're still having all this background. When the first time that you try maybe a raspberry or a strawberry, or when you try lime, that is the acidity. So it's something maybe like super basic, let's say, but it gives you a surprise. And he tried to teach us how we can approach this whole world, giving a little surprise with a drink that is not like only about show. It was a good balance with flavors that is familiar for people. So people is like trying something that they already know. They have a background about it, but in a different way, different texture, different presentation, an unexpected presentation or balance. So he tried to teach us this idea, like giving little surprises, but not being like super crazy and getting like over a hat.
I love surprises.
The drink needs to be super minimalistic, but the flavor needs to be crazy. So since there you will start being obsessed with the flavors. So it was so crazy, this part, because Eric is focused on that. Okay, let's have something that people are not expecting this, but when they try to say, what the hell with this thing? It's so crazy to explode on my mind. So that's the idea of Eric. So in that moment, we start getting obsessed with the flavors.
That's a good obsession to have. Do you have a signature cocktail that Handshake Speakeasy is known for?
Well, I think we have plenty.
Like the whole menu. You're known for the whole thing.
The whole menu.
Okay.
No, but there's old fashioned, fig martini, now the guava jasmine. So we have plenty of them that are really well known. The piña colada, that is a clarified one. So that, I think, are the best sellers. So now you need to come to try
I got to get there. All right, guys. But in the meantime, we have to go to our first commercial break. So stay tuned. I have more with Handshake Speakeasy after the commercial. You're listening to Culinary Confidential with Christina Cates on AM 970 The Answer.
Over the last 30 years, Newman Ferrara, a New York City law firm, has evolved into a national practice focused on real estate, commercial, litigation, civil rights, class actions, and other complex litigation, representing many of the city's largest property owners, managing agents, and thousands of tenants. Newman Ferrara handles some of the nation's most significant class actions and civil rights matters. Newman Ferrara at 1250 Broadway in New York City. Go online to newmanferrara.com. That's newmanferrara.com. Listen to the firm's name partner, Lucas Ferrara, every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Dottie Herman's longest-running real estate radio program, Eye on Real Estate on AM 970. A real estate lawyer for 35 years, Lucas is a professor at New York Law School and is also a published author with books on real estate and New York's landlord-tenant law. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to hear Lucas's unique perspective and advice on Eye on Real Estate.
Welcome back to Culinary Confidential with Christina Cates on AM 970 The Answer.
Welcome back to the show. I'm joined tonight by Javier Rodriguez, head bartender of Handshake Speakeasy, and Rodrigo Urraca, one of the founding members of it. Handshake Speakeasy is in Mexico City and was named Best Bar in the World in 2024. And they haven't named it for 2025 yet, but I have a feeling they're going to take home the title again. They have an exciting collaboration going on with 1800 Tequila called Obsessed with Taste, which I want to know more about now. Rodrigo, Javier, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks, Christina. Thank you very much. Sorry for interrupting you.
Interrupt me anytime.
But I got so excited, I need to say, this girl is like a gypsy, so maybe it will happen.
I love the passion. All right, let's talk about this collaboration, Obsessed with Taste, between Handshake and 1800 Tequila. What's going on with that?
Well, I think this collaboration just started like 6 months ago. We started talking about like 1 year ago before this started happening. And since the beginning, it makes a great match for us because, as I was saying you before, we're really obsessed with every single thing, especially with the flavors. When we make cocktails, we're always obsessed that have a great flavor. So when they come on this campaign that was talking about obsessed with taste, guys, it makes completely sense with us like this.
Yeah, for at the same time as Rodrigo was saying before, like when Eric Van Beek joined to the partnership and take control about the drinks program, like he just showed us like how actually is being obsessed with taste. That it was.
So you guys have that in common, both your brands.
Yeah, that was a full connection with this campaign when they showed Rodrigo about it, because like Eric is just a guy that is just totally obsessed with us doing like these kind of cocktails that is super detailed and trying maybe 50 different ways about one single process, the amount, the detail, the final presentation, and it could be just, I don't know, the glassware or the ice, whatever. But it's like you can try like all the options to get the final one that is like the best one. The best one for us, the best one for the guests. And actually the best one representing like all this attention to the detail and all this kind of in suite for kind of perfection on it.
So you have uncompromising standards of excellence.
Well, we try to. To have a cocktail of Handshake, you need to have, it takes between 24 and 48 hours because we make it in advance, a per-batch. So we are really obsessed with that. And we use the jigger to serve it, but we use a scale better than a jigger because the weight is always, it won't change. When you use a jigger, it's not so exactly like the weight, that's not the scale.
I don't know any place that's doing that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
You
thing is
see?
like
Now, another point that's why you have to come to Mexico.
I know. Let me see what my fall looks like. Maybe I can get down there. We'll see. Okay, what sets 1800 tequila apart from other tequila brands?
Well, 1800 tequila. Go ahead, Javi, go ahead.
Well, I mean, we can complement this maybe. So I believe, as Rodrigo mentioned it before as well, like 1800 is one of the biggest brands and pioneers in the tequila industry. And, well, at the same time, like for us, like multiple people from Mexico start trying tequila with like 1800. And at the same time, it becomes with a kind of perception of like flavor that is like a high quality, but at the same time it's reachable for a lot of people. It's not like just being a super high quality brand that is not accessible for multiple people. So I believe that as well it helps to the brand like being like so recognized and getting all these awards as well, that it is basically the most awarded tequila, and all becomes with like a lot of work behind it, right? A lot of attention to the liquid, the product, the brand, the bottle. So it's a bunch of stuff that is just finishing in the final product as it's a good quality, but at the same time, like open for like more people, not only
for the
focus on
masses.
one market, you know?
Okay, Javier, maybe this question's more for you. How would you break down the anatomy of 1800 tequila from the nose to the finish?
Well, maybe my answer will be a little bit like not super like professional this way.
That's okay.
More like a not as a bartender. For me, like every single time before you try something, you smell it, right?
Yes.
It's just something that we always do. And if you want to try something new, like you always smell it first to have a kind of an idea what is there, what you're gonna get trying it. So in this case, like like 1800 or 1800, when you smell it, it depends. For example, the Blanco one that is super citrusy and super fresh, and some of the other kind of the 1800, sorry, the 1800 is a little bit like this sense of kind of vanilla, oak, where that is aged as well. So it's really smooth, it's really elegant, and for that part is a really good invitation to try it, right? Once the smell, once the aroma is good for you, it's like, okay, I'm excited to try it. And like for me, like as a Mexican and alcohol drinker in general, what I liked is like it's really smooth. Like every single one is smooth. I prefer the Cristalino in this case because it's kind of super smooth, but at the same time it's a little bit complex. It's super elegant, it's super nice. You can try it with like some classic drinks, or just as I do with just neat, because I prefer them that way better. But every single one has their own strengths. So for me, it's like this kind of elegant part from the brand, from the liquid as well. And at the same time, it's really smooth and easy to drink in any ways.
So I love tequila, but tequila makes me crazy. So I try not to drink it too often, but I'm going to definitely give this a try. So I want to talk just a little bit more about the partnership that you have going on with 1800 Tequila. Is there a specific cocktail that represents this partnership between the two brands?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, totally. The cocktail for this campaign is called Guava and Jasmine. We've been talking about the quality by itself of 1800. Like, for us, it was important to keep it like that. We don't try to cover with multiple stuff and like 100 ingredients or something like that. We try to keep it like simple and well balanced.
How many ingredients are in this cocktail?
Yeah, in this cocktail we take 7 elements. Because for us it's like every single element is an ingredient, so we have 7 ingredients. Glassware, it counts for us as 1 because it's part of the final presentation of the cocktail. Mm-hmm. The ice as well, that is clear ice, that it doesn't get melt that quickly, and it keep the temperature and it keep the flavor longer. We have jasmine tea in this cocktail, guava, a jasmine fragrance, an edible flower, and well, of course, in this case, the most important ingredient is 1800. So yeah, it's 1800 Cristalino. So actually in this cocktail, we apply like different techniques. As Rodrigo told you before, like we do a lot of stuff that is like requires like 24 hours, 48 hours, 60 hours to be done. So in this cocktail, we have like a distillation of guava with the 1800 Cristalino that is like, I don't know, 6 hours to be done. Then we just combine it with a guava cordial that is super Mexican flavor, to be honest with that. And an infusion of jasmine tea. So it's like super elegant, a little bit floral, and it
sounds
match
amazing.
Perfect with all the flavors. And yeah, like all these kind of elements just give us like the final drink that is super smooth. And it's a little bit floral, a little bit fruity, but it's super, super easy to drink. It's right now one of the best sellers at the bar. And it's elegant, it's beautiful, and it matched perfect with like 1800 as well.
That's so cool. All right, before we go to break, one last question. As a bartender, Javier, which expression of 1800 tequila do you find that you reach for the most behind the bar, and why?
I can tell maybe like 1800 Cristalino, the Cristalino one for me. Because as already told, like I like to drink tequila like neat or
Me too.
maybe just on the rocks, but preferably like neat. So it doesn't matter like which mood I am. I prefer like Cristalino, like neat, just in a shot and just keep going with like glass of water next to it. For me, that's totally like 100% like the Cristalino one. It's really smooth. If I want to do a shot and I want to do like a cheers with someone or celebrate something, it's like I can do it like a shot, or I can just keep going like super slow with that one. So that's for me.
Yeah, you can sip it. It's better. Enjoy it.
But I do also love a
of course.
margarita. Like, that's probably my favorite cocktail. So I would probably just put the 1800 Blanco in that, right?
Yeah, better.
All right. I can't come to Handshake Speakeasy because I feel like I would stumble out of there. I'd have to try every drink on the menu and then some. So this sounds dangerous for me. All right. Let's go to commercial break. More with Handshake Speakeasy, the best bar in the world, after the break.
Over the last 30 years, Newman Ferrara, a New York City law firm, has evolved into a national practice focused on real estate, commercial, litigation, civil rights, class actions, and other complex litigation, representing many of the city's largest property owners, managing agents, and thousands of tenants. Newman Ferrara handles some of the nation's most significant class actions and civil rights matters. Newman Ferrara at 1250 Broadway in New York City. Go online to newmanferrara.com. That's newmanferrara.com. Listen to the firm's name partner, Lucas Ferrara, every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Dottie Herman's longest-running real estate radio program, Eye on Real Estate, on AM 970. A real estate lawyer for 35 years, Lucas is a professor at New York Law School and is also a published author with books on real estate and New York's landlord-tenant law. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to hear Lucas's unique perspective and advice on Eye on Real Estate.
Welcome back to Culinary Confidential with Christina Cates on AM 970, The Answer.
Welcome back to the show. I'm joined again tonight by Rodrigo Urraca, one of the founding members of Handshake Speakeasy out of Mexico City, which was named Best Bar in the World in 2024. And also joining again is Javier Rodriguez. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you.
Okay, Handshake Speakeasy has an exciting collaboration going on, which we were just talking about with 1800 Tequila, called Obsessed with Taste. I now want to talk more about cocktail culture as a whole and the future of tequila. So other agave spirits like mezcal, which Mexico is very much known for, do you think they're going to start competing more directly with tequila? Because they've kind of for a while just been like the side chick.
Well, I will say that right now, tequila is the king, and he will continue being the king for a while. A long, long time, we will continue being the king. Even though mezcal was getting really fashion thing, and it was growing a lot. Now it comes also Sotol, Raicilla, and many other Mexican spirits. I think like a Mexican group of spirits, we're growing a lot, but tequila is the king, and he will continue being the king.
Yeah. Javier, you agree?
Yeah, totally. Well, as Rodrigo mentioned, like all different spirits here, like Mexican spirits, that it's not well known, like worldwide, like the Sotol, the Raicilla, the Bacanora. Right now, like mezcal is the one that is a little bit more famous than the others. But no, like tequila is. There's even a song that everyone knows, like tequila. We always sing it here
Yeah.
at the bar. Maybe in some point, like another spirit will get like kind of this, but no, tequila represents a lot of things here in Mexico and globally, and as well in Mexico, because as well it was one of the first spirits that was like super popular, and it becomes like a proper spirit, like getting the DOM and all the stuff. So I believe that mezcal will be always like other spirits just there, maybe like supporting as well like all the Mexican culture spirits. But now tequila will keep going there in that throne I believe like forever.
I don't even like mezcal. I've tried so many times to like it because it's literally on every cocktail menu in New York. You cannot go into a place where there's not a mezcal specialty cocktail on the menu. And every once in a while, I'm like, let me try it again. Let me see. And every time I'm like, one sip, I'm like, nope, still hate it.
No. Then you're super happy that mezcal don't compete with tequila. So it's fine.
No, exactly. Okay, how do you see tequila evolving in cocktail culture worldwide versus its cultural role in Mexico?
I think it's growing a lot. As Handshake, we travel a lot, and for me, it's really nice to see that there's a lot of agave bars all around the world that are growing, and they have a lot of mezcales, sotoles, tequilas. So it's super cool seeing how people is taking the Mexican culture from themselves. So now you can see a bar of mezcales and tequilas on Rome. You can see one in France. You can see one in Indonesia. And Indonesia is not allowed to sell alcohol. So come on, it's in Bali. So those things blow my mind. I say, wow, it's super cool how people is taking the Mexican culture with the tequila. So for me, tequila is, I'm really glad how the brands have taken it, how they push the Mexican culture by the tequila. So I think tequila is great, doing great work right now.
Do you have a lot of tequila cocktails on your menu at Handshake Speakeasy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
Like 8.
Yeah.
8.
Like
how
8.
many are on? How many cocktails do you have on total?
30.
Oh, wow.
Around 30, no,
32, 32, 34. Yeah.
Wow, guys. Wow. All right. Let's talk a little bit more about Mexico City. How has the cocktail culture evolved over the last few years there?
It's really easy to answer that because you can see it as well with Handshake. Like as already we've been said, like Handshake born like 6 years ago, and then it changed. But in the last 4 years and a half, start to get like a lot of recognition as well, and that's because the Mexican industry started like evolving a lot, improving a lot. Because here we have we are really lucky to work with a lot of fresh products, but at the same time we start getting and learning like these European and Asian techniques, and we have the opportunity to apply all these techniques and inspiration and ways to work in Mexico with this super lucky location that give us like all these fresh products. Because here in Mexico you can grow basically everything, and it helps a lot to improve, in this case, talking about like bar industry, to give a totally different experience, plus or combining and matching with the Mexican hospitality, which is like super warm, welcoming, friendly. So the combination of techniques, knowledge, ingredients, personality, and atmosphere, it was just making like this kind of oasis for the industry to grow up. The last 3 years, I believe, or 2 years and a half, it grows like faster than the last 20.
That's great.
There's a lot of cocktail bars, there's a lot of speakeasies, focus on quality of drinks, focus on creating different experiences, and not only focus on like money wise, no? Just to get the best or the biggest margin. Right now they are improving and they are focused on give a super different experience and give this kind of fun and good time for the guests that is visiting Mexico City bars and industry in general.
Okay, great. All right, we didn't talk about mocktails, which are super trendy right now. I know in New York for sure. I mean, I'm a world traveler, I'd say, and everyone has a dedicated space on their menu now for mocktails. How does that fit into Handshake Speakeasy's menu?
We have 5 cocktails, 5 mocktails, which I think is great, and I think is the future, because sometimes you have got maybe like 3 drinks and say, okay, guys, stop it. I want to continue party, but I don't want to have a 4th drink. So having the mocktails is more inclusive. Also, maybe there's a woman that is pregnant and she wants to go to the bar. Why she couldn't? Or maybe I'm getting some pills. Why I cannot get a drink and have fun with my friends? Well, you can have a high-quality drink, but not alcoholic. So I think it's a really inclusive thing. And also people doesn't want to get wasted. I want to go party. I got to have 10 drinks, but I want to wake up next morning good and without hangovers. So I think it's a great thing, and people is getting more involved on this part.
You know, mocktails, rather, they're just as expensive as cocktails. Like, when I look at mocktails on some of these menus in New York, I'm like, $22 for, like, juices? When I'm paying $25 for a cocktail? That's pretty bold. But like for the restaurant or bar's perspective, you know, it pays to have it on there because it doesn't hurt your check average at all. But
the thing is, for example, on Handshake, we have special mocktails, but it takes us also 24 and 48 hours to make a mocktail for us, because we use some machinery that is called a rotobab. So we take out the alcohol from any brand. We can take out the alcohol and the spirit, and then we keep like the water with the flavor and the color. On the other hand, we have the alcohol. So you can have 1800 all the flavor, all the color, all the taste without alcohol. So that's why we charge
honestly.
A lot.
I've never heard of that before, taking the alcohol out of the alcohol. That's great.
You see, that's another reason why you have to come to Mexico.
I know. All right, but first you guys are going to come to New York, and then I'm going to come to Mexico. That's the deal. All right, what is next for Handshake, though? Do you have what in the works? Would you put out a cocktail book? Do you think you'd open another location? I want to get in your brain a little bit. Give me all the secrets.
That's totally for Rodrigo.
Well, right now Handshake is growing really fast. It's a dream that we have in our mind, but it explodes at some point. Now we're opening in Amsterdam. We're going to make a collaboration with, we're in Amsterdam. It's called Shakerato. We're opening a cruise ship with Princess, a partnership with Princess Cruise Ships. 17 boats. You can have a cocktail of Handshake. And then we have a drink on Fulham Stadium at London.
All right, so you have some things in the works.
We have a connection with Belmont Group that is Louis Vuitton Hotels. So it started growing a lot. Peru, we're opening also. And then the project that is like the one that is more excited for me is the one that Javier is part of this. Javier, Candy, and Brad. We gave them for free a percentage of the bar because they have been working with us since the beginning. And they're hard workers, so I think they deserve it. So now they get some points from the new spot we're going to open. It's called Ahorita, that in Mexico is slang to say right now, but in Mexico say, when you say Ahorita, Ahorita. You never know when it's going to happen. So it's like a joke that we're making over there. So it's a Mexican cantina, and Javier is part of this thing. So
Javier, that's so exciting for you.
Yeah, it is actually. The thing is, like as Rodrigo told you, like when I start working with Eric, and of course they have in mind like getting success with the bar, but like the way that the bar grows up and like kind of innovate in 4 years is like massive. Like we start with only one bar for 30 people, and right now there's basically like 3 spots. One is like just about to renew it to get a new experience, but there's 2 full operation bars for 55 people, and a lot of events and a lot of collaborations, new locations, and these kind of new projects as well. And of course, for us, talking about this subject and this project that the owners, Rodrigo, Marcos, Joseph, and Eric, give us a chance to be part of it. It's, of course, something that makes us feel like super proud and lucky as well, like matching with them. And we're really grateful that they keep trusting on us. So it's really cool.
It's exciting stuff. And, next week, October 8th, we'll announce the 2025 best bar in the world. So I'll be listening intently to see if we're carrying the torch another year, but I know you guys will. But I thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. Like, what a way to kick off season 2. This was so special.
No, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to talk about 1800 tequila with you, and to share a little bit about Handshake behind the scenes, because usually people doesn't know everything behind what is happening of the bar.
That's right. Okay, thank you for listening to Culinary Confidential with Christina Cates, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. on AM 970 The Answer. Thank you to my wonderful guest this evening from Handshake Speakeasy down in Mexico City. They have a great partnership going on with 1800 Tequila called Obsessed with Taste, so happy for everyone involved in that. Now, if I'm starting the season off with the best bar in the world, I can't wait to see what else is in store for the show this year. But stay tuned, because I'm going to have a ton of international content on the show. I have some things in the works right now for a show about the dining scene in Hong Kong and the hospitality that Dubai has to offer. So the sky is the limit, and the global standards of service with private aviation. Well, we're going to talk about that again, because I had a lot of requests to do another show about private aviation. And you know I have that great contact in that department. But that is the show for tonight. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.
The preceding program is sponsored by Shake It Off Live, LLC.